Good morning, folks. I'm back. I've got a replay for you in my IS-6 today. I looked back on WattGG and I have played 500 battles in the last little while. This is my only ace tanker. And I could blame it on a lot of things, but my theory is that with the 5 times weekends and stuff, some people have been getting some insane scores because some of the enemies, if you just get a bunch of enemies to push in at you 1v1, you can get huge scores in tanks. But nevertheless, it's my fault I haven't got any aces. I got a bunch of first classes to show you guys, but we are currently on the map Abbey, which in a heavy tank is a great map, and anything else kind of sucks in my opinion. It's so corridor. So you're gonna see I've got a couple of guys from Otter, or one guy from Otter and one guy from Gnoise or whatever it is, and so I assume that they're pretty good players, and we're just gonna push in and you'll see why. The other side of the map gets overrun, but our T-34 holds it down. So little spoiler, it's 0-2 right now. I haven't even seen an enemy tank yet. So anyway, so there's the big clump over on the other side. IS-3, T-34, 3, UDES, STA-1. So I assume that there's not that much on this side, and we put a lot of weight. We've got a Mauerbrecher, 2 AMX M449s, T110, or a 110, Indian Panzer, and me. So I'm going to try and push the action here. And sometimes when you push the action, you've got to really kind of just not exactly shove people out of the way, but make sure that they are, and we're aiming for the cupola, that they are out of the way. So we aimed for the cupola, and that Chrysler actually blocked our shot. So, and we're able with gold to pen the lower plate of the Chrysler because he's almost face on and he's faced uphill. Otherwise, we'd be in trouble. So that track on that 50 TP becomes extremely important here. And we're just trying to work around our teammate here, and that's what we're doing. And we're able to keep this guy permatrack, so he must not have a very good crew, is my guess, which is kind of pay to win. I mean, so many aspects of this game are just how many games you've played. It looks like someone is continuing to retrack them with HE, which is fantastic. Looks like that Indian Panzer was doing that. So I'm trying to come around this guy, but then I see the KV-4 there, and the KV-4 has the map awareness to push, so, and turn and look at us, so I do not want to fight both of those guys at once. It looks like this Chrysler player is actually pretty good, and we're looking for the corner of the Chrysler, but unfortunately that doesn't happen. And we get a little greedy, but he's fired now, and we're able to put a shot in because he over angles. So this thing has actually pretty good armor, and you notice that he does not have the gun depression to shoot at me, so I can back off in complete safety. And I know that the 110's fired because I was keeping track of that, and I go ahead and put a shot in. So that that Indian Panzer, I believe he actually kept that 50 TP permatracked, which was, I mean, that was invaluable. Took out the whole of a tank there by him doing that. So they won that side, right? I know that, and I should have just driven straight back, right? Because we've got a Mauerbrecher and we've got a T-34 black, but I do have shots here, and we switched to standard ammo because for a charioteer I probably don't need gold rounds. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. This tank, I swear, it loves its gold rounds. an AMX 65T, of which I finally am up to that tank, and I've got the top gun. When I had the bottom gun in that, I had a 17% win rate in it. Part of that is just luck of the draw, but part of it is a terrible tank, folks. But when you get the 400 Alpha gun, that helps a lot. So because at least you can trade then, right? So it's got no armor, it's slow, it has low DPM. There's really nothing to like about it except for the gun's pretty decent. I use full gold on it just because I'm trying to get through it. So this 110, I don't expect that he's a very a very skilled player. He hogs the entire location that we can shoot from, and if we could get 2 tanks in there, that would be fantastic. Fortunately, the AMX looks like he has the small gun, because that would have been below a low roll. So this guy's in trouble, and we're able to put a shot into his lower plate. It's now 12 to 11. We've kind of pulled it back, and for whatever reason, that 110 just stayed out there instead of actually just backing off between shots. So at any rate, it's 13 to 12 now, but they've got a Progetto 46, which I don't know what health he's on. He is super dangerous to me because he can actually kill me. And a M4 Rev, and the M4 Rev is not dangerous. I'm going to speed this up. My first thought was that they were going to go the 8-9 line, but then I changed my mind because we have an M449 over there covering the other side, and that's the 2 directions I would expect them from. And I haven't seen anybody yet, and our Indian Panzer is pushing that way. So he will see them. I will get advance notice. So I decide that I'm going to go back over to the 1-2 line and defend, and that's a good thing that I did. Now, what's weird is this guy from Otter, I go over to that position and he leaves, and he's on 32 hit points, and it just surprises me that he would go off on his own with 32 hit points. But whatever, to each his own. I mean, I've got enough hit points, and I'm going to be in cover to where I can probably defend myself. I'm not afraid of the ravioli. Okay, we'll slow it back down. And then there was the Progetto. That couldn't have worked out better, okay, because I took out the one guy that could really hurt me. This guy, if I angle well, he is going to have a very hard time, and he's shooting standard rounds. He's got no hope of pinning me unless he shoots me in the lower plate, but I'm not going to give him easy shots on my lower plate. And even he's maybe a 50-50 on my lower plate. So we're just going to chase him down because we do want damage, and we're able to finish him off. So that's 4 kills, 3,500 damage, and 800 assist in a IS-6, which is considered not a very good tank these days. So let's go ahead and go look at the after action report real quick, guys. Okay, here we are at the after action report. We did get an ace tanker, 109,000 credits, 4,800 experience. Of course, we spent a lot on ammo there. So we were top of the team with the Otter fellow second. He did 3,000 damage, good on him. But we got 1,351 base XP because the pen is so low and this thing's so derpy. The expected values are much lower than the AMX M449. So we ended up with 47,000 credits out of that. 19 shots fired, 17 hits, 11 pens. That doesn't surprise me. Even with gold, you bounce a lot. So 2,000 blocked by armor, so we used our armor pretty well, and 815 assists. So appreciate you guys watching. I do have some first classes I'll try and put up this week. I am still super busy at work. Hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you next time. Toadster out.